Victor Osimhen's new contract with Napoli could have a release clause ranging from £90 million to £100 million. This is a significant move for Chelsea, who have spent over £100 million twice on two different midfielders. Osimhen, a Nigerian striker, has been described as a world-class striker by AS Monaco's Florian Balogun. The final figure for Osimhen's release clause is still being discussed, but it is believed to be around £90 million. The release clause is not particularly low, but most suitors believe Osimhen is a £90 million to £100 million player. In today's market, £90 million is a fair price for Osimhen, as he scored 26 goals in Serie A last season. Chelsea will need to rely on Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku until a new striker is brought in. Nkunku made his debut on the bench on Saturday, and Frank Leboeuf hopes he makes his first start soon. Hutchison believes Chelsea panic-bought Lavia and has been critical of Mykhailo Mudryk. He compared the recent transfer business to a situation where Liverpool nearly bought Moses Caicedo, but Chelsea's plan was to buy Lavia. Hutchison believes that Chelsea panic-bought Lavia, despite Mudryk's potential for improvement. However, the bigger picture is not that Lavia was a new player to Chelsea. According to Fabrizio Romano, they tried to sign him last year after his move from Manchester City to Southampton. The club also had to bring in midfielders in the 2023 January and summer transfer windows, losing Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount, Mateo Kovacic, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It would be wise to reserve judgment on Lavia, especially as the Belgium international has yet to play under Pochettino. Chelsea have announced that winger Noni Madueke has returned to full team training after being unavailable due to injury. Madueke has struggled to secure regular gamer time at Stamford Bridge this season, with appearances being sparse and usually off the bench. Injuries and other reasons have limited his appearances to just one start in the league and a total of 3 minutes played since October. Mauricio Pochettino publicly disapproved of Madueke's off-field antics earlier this campaign, leading to his drop despite not being injured. Hutchinson praised Cole Palmer for his performance, but also criticized the Blues as a whole. He noted that Palmer is the brain of the team at the top of the pitch, but Reece James has not played 3 games in a row for nearly 3 years. Meanwhile, Thiago Silva is still one of their best centre-back, but the team struggles to win games against teams in the bottom 4 or 5. Palmer is considered the genius in Chelsea's team, making things happen in the final third. According to Wascord, he is completing 1.6 key passes per game, the highest average in Pochettino's squad. He is also scoring goals, with only Nicholas Jackson having more goals than him in the Premier League. Palmer, who is 21 years old, has a bright future ahead of him, especially considering his experience in the top flight and at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's next match is a Carabao Cup tie against Newcastle United, which could secure their spot in the semi-finals. Newcastle United left-back Lewis Hall is set to face Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Hall made 12 appearances for Chelsea last season and joined Newcastle on an initial season-long loan deal. He has an obligation to buy for £28 million plus £7 million in add-ons next summer based on performance-related criteria. The expectation is that Hall will remain at St James Park next season, but his lack of game and just 4 starts have raised questions about his future. United boss Eddie Howe is not 100% sure if the criteria have been triggered, and whether he expects Hall to be a permanent Newcastle United player remains uncertain. Former Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho has revealed that both De Bruyne and Salah lacked patience at Stamford Bridge and wanted to leave in a bid to gain more first-team opportunities. Mourinho defended the decision to sell De Bruyne to Wolfsburg and Salah to Roma, stating that they left because they didn't want to wait. Salah joined Chelsea from Basel in 2014 and made just 19 appearances before undergoing a new chapter in Italy's Serie A. Mourinho urged Chelsea not to let Salah go on loan if he felt he needed to play every minute of every game. De Bruyne made 9 appearances for Chelsea during his 2 seasons at the club, spending the 2012-13 campaign on loan at Werder Bremen before joining Wolfsburg in 2014. Manchester City lured the Belgian for £55 million, the second most expensive British transfer in history at the time. Mourinho compared Salah's departure to DeBruyne's, stating that he wanted him with him and that the decision was not down to him. Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino has cited Mohamed Salah's struggles at Stamford Bridge as inspiration for current Blues forward Nicholas Jackson. Jackson, signed from Villarreal in the summer, has managed 7 Premier League goals across 16 games, placing him inside the league's top 10 highest scorers this season. His latest strike came during Saturday's 2-0 home win over struggling Sheffield United. Jackson has had to handle being Chelsea's main man in the absence of injured Christopher Nkunku and patchy fitness of Armando Broja. Pochettino has been comparing him to 2 former Chelsea talents, Kevin De Bruyne and Salah, who have seen people struggle and become big players. Collectively, Chelsea has had a poor first 4 months of the season, with the Blues languishing in 10th place. However, Jackson insists that the team has plenty to play for and that they must focus on themselves and try to win games for the team. He believes that the coach is helping the team and that they are all young players with talent. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and leave your comments. Till next time.